As a more, sing about coronavirus. Listen.
Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go run enter. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go run enter. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. Today for this world, anywhere you go, na corona. For this life today, anytime you go, na corona. You go up, you go down, you go left, now side we go run enter. You go down, you go up, you go right, now side we go run enter. Corona, why you do me so? Corona, why you kill my sister? Corona, why you take my brother go? Corona, you know no rich people. Corona, you know no color. COVID-19, you know no poor people. Corona, you know no man of God. Corona, COVID-19. Corona, why you do me so? Corona, why you kill my sister? Corona, why you take my brother go? Stay inside house, always wash your hands, always wear your mask and keep social distance. Need it shake your hands, need it touch your face. Take your concoction, my brother. Corona, you the spread up. Corona, you the killer. We must take care, make we stay for house. We must take care, make we wash our hands. You are not tired for the concoction. You are not tired for the concoction. We must take care, keep social distance. We must take care, don't forget your mask.
Corona. Where do you come from? I beg tell me, what do you want to? I beg tell me, you make me tingling. Now I go tingling.
We don't win you, Corona, we don't conquer you, One concoction, he don't finish you. One concoction, he don't finish you. We are covered with the blood of Jesus. We are covered with the blood of Jesus. COVID-19, we nearly fear you. Corona, your time don't finish. Corona, my God will protect us. Corona, my God will protect us. COVID-19, we don't win you. COVID-19, we don't conquer you. Corona, we not fear you. Corona, we not fear you. Corona, your time don't finish. Corona, your time don't bother. Your time don't
Hammer,
finish.
the president of Dominion Helping Association, Bamenda.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're all welcome for this special broadcast. Today is Saturday, and we are having some very special guests today. So, ladies and gentlemen, just keep hitting your share button because today is going to be very, very wonderful. Hit your share button before we start. Let every Ambazonian know that we are live and alive for this special show. Ladies and gentlemen, I come today to inform you of this special draft coming up tomorrow for ABC TV. Please share, hit your share button. As you join, hit your share button, ladies and gentlemen. Today is going to be wonderful. I want to believe all of you on ground zero and ground one are all doing excellent. Again, I want to welcome all of you, and I want to state clearly that the state of our struggle is never been this stronger. With the help of the ABC TV, we have seen wonderful, wonderful improvement and achievement. We have seen all counties raise thousands of dollars, from Manu to Momo, from Meme to Bui, from Ngoketunja to Ndian, from Boyo to Lebialem. Ambazonians stood up and told the world they are ready to prosecute this war. We can see that in every county, as the world watch, we have come together as a unison during this draft. Today is a day for ABC TV. Tomorrow, please, we hope that everybody will be live tomorrow to draft for ABC TV. Now, before I bring you to our wonderful activists, go ahead and hit your share button, everybody. Hit your share button. I'll introduce our activists. We were supposed to have 5 activists, but now, due to some technical reasons, we have currently 3 activists who are present. We have our famous Erico, Comrade Erico, is right here with us, live in our studio. We also have Comrade Clovis Zale. You all know Clovis Zale is a very famous activist. He's right here in our studio. Also, we have the popular Comrade Waters Fondo, who is a very famous member of the IG. He's also communication officer. You all know him. I'll give all of them chance to introduce themselves while we wait for them to introduce themselves. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit your share button. We want to make sure that everyone is ready before we bring in our special guest today. So tonight, I want to believe everybody in Ground Zero is fine and doing good. The first activist I'm about to introduce is Erico. Erico, are you ready?
Yes. Good evening. Thank you so much, Mr. Prix, the spokesman of Meme County. It's a pleasure to be in your midst. Today is the day we, the activists, deem it necessary to come to our TV. They call it Amba TV to encourage our fellow fans to come and draft for the Amba TV. So it's my pleasure to be in your midst. Thank you.
Thank you, Erico, for that wonderful introduction. I'll welcome our next special activist. You all know him. He's very famous. He's always there online fighting for you people. Always there to make sure that we prosecute this war. Zale Clovis, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah, thank you, the spokesperson for Meme, once more for giving me this brilliant opportunity to appear before or on this TV that is giving La Republique sleepless night. I thank you because we want to use this media to call on our sympathizers, our followers, and believers in this struggle to once more come and dip their hands even to the deepest part of their pockets and draft for this TV station, ABC Amba TV, that has become so popular and well equipped and so modern at this point in time of the revolution. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you once more.
Thank you, Comrade Clovis. You're highly welcome. Our other panelists, very important guests. Uh, these are the people. When you say activists are not having to have posts in in the IG, but Comrade Fondo Walters will tell you that he has been there. He's a communication officer. He has been there. He's everywhere. So, Comrade Walters Fondo, you're welcome.
Uh, Thank you very much, Comrade Fries. I'm also feel the delicious sense of pleasure to acknowledge the presence of other panelists, including Clovis and Comrade Rico. I feel that we are privileged today to come together to express ourselves as the powerhouse where it stands as a distinction as the best arm in persecuting the war. You would distinguish and agree with me that the La Republique has done everything possible to see how they could interrupt the flow of communication so as to misinform and disinform the people. But we have stood the test of time because we understood very well the power of narration, which comes from communication. And today we are privileged that we have our own house called the Amba TV, the ABC TV, and today we shall be thanking each and every one who understand very well the importance of this house not to hesitate for the drafting of tomorrow. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you very much, Comrade Fondo, for that wonderful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, hit your share button before we start. Let every Amazonian know we are live and alive for this special show. Ladies and gentlemen, I come today to inform you of this special draft coming up tomorrow. Please hit your share button. As you join, hit your share button, please, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to have a moment of silence for our fallen heroes before we begin. On the analysis, we analyze facts, we analyze events that have passed. But today is a special show for the draft. We're going to be talking about the draft and its successes. So we're going to be talking different issues. So a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for that moment of silence for our foreign heroes. We have to tell them that we are still fighting for them. And no matter if they went ahead, we are still fighting to make sure that we can stop this fight that they left. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go straight to our points of focus today. We're going to be first talking about the draft and its successes. The draft of tomorrow is our focus. Tomorrow, don't forget, we are drafting for ABC TV. So, on this program, we're going to open the lines for your calls. You're going to be calling if you want to give your draft today, or you want to donate for your ABC TV, or you want to pledge for ABC TV. The lines will be open while the program is going on. You can call and make your donation, make your pledge, or make whatever you want to support for ABC TV. You can still do what you want to pledge for your particular program, or you say you want to for a particular activist. So the lines will be open. Our next program will be talking about the media, the social media, and the struggle. This one will go in line with ABC TV. The role ABC TV has been playing in this struggle, and we're going to be talking about the significance of ABC TV in the liberation struggle. Our third agenda will be the chiefs and the election. We heard some chief will be coming back to Amazonia to come and conduct their election. And we're going to talk about the reconstruction that we hear is going out around some areas. We're going to also talk about those women in Kumba who had to protest against those colonial people there. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow televiewers, greetings to all of you in Ground Zero and across Africa. This is a special show about ABC TV draft. Tomorrow, ABC TV draft is coming up on the 30th of August. Don't forget. So the whole of this past week has been series of TV programs to sensitize our supporters and Amazonians as a whole, with all ABC TV activists hosting. So today is a special day on the eve of the ABC draft. Don't forget to draft for your favorite show. We have Secretary Chris basket, we have Lady Casey's basket, we have Sister Comfort's basket. So don't forget, we have County Road, we have Pastor Victor's Hours of Freedom. We have also Lady Casey's program. We have the favorite activists, County Route, Media and the Struggle with Comrade Paul Nilong, Amba Focus with Erico, Amba Voice with Nanchop, Vision for the Nation with Pastor Denny, and this program, the analysts with me, Fritz Misori, and other hosts like Clovis, Ganamov, and many other hosts. So support them. Please inform any well-wishers and lovers of Ambazonia freedom to support the ABC TV. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask the first panelists about this draft. Erico, I watched one of your show, and you were making a lot of, giving us a lot of importance about the war draft. So you were trying to contrast it with other projects. So, Mr. Eric, can you tell us the meaning, your own view about the war draft?
Thank you so much for this opportunity once more. Yes, there are a lot of issues as far as the war draft is concerned. Yes, most people, why we came up with this issue of war draft, because most people at first thought they were like blah blah blah. My trip to Boya, my trip, and this issue of my trip to Boya, they were pointing just directly at one person, not even Ambazonia as a whole. But thank God, when they say the struggle is a God-ordained revolution, our president, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako, came up with this issue of war draft, and the Ambazonia people embraced it. And the war draft have been giving signals on ground zero and to the world at large. The reason why I compare war draft with the others' contribution, and I term the war draft as it's different from my trip to Boya, and this because, just take for example, after the war draft just finished, that's where Tibo Nagi came and made a statement that these people are determined to rule themselves. But before, when they were complaining about my trip to Boya, what did he say? He said, Ambazonia people they can't govern themselves. But after our war draft, he came back. He saw our resolve. He saw our commitment, our unity. He said, these people want their freedom. Those are the impact of the war draft. We saw it even in La Republique. They were panicking. There are social media everywhere. They said Ambazonia people are more determined than ever, because some people thought we are divided. Ambazonia people are not divided. Some small fraction we think they want to do what they like. It's their own cup of tea. But for me, Ambazonia people, we are more united than before. For example, if you are not united, if you don't love me, you will not give your money to me. You not give if you don't love somebody, or you don't love or my ideology, you will not invest in it. So if you see 85% of Ambazonians, they embraced the war draft, which means 85% of Ambazonia are with the interim government leading by His Excellency Samuel Sako. So that's the way I look the war draft to be a special a factor that is contributing to this revolution. So for now, I will give room to the other panelists to speak.
Okay. Thank you very much, Erico, for that explanation. Let me go to Mr. Clovis. I heard you in one of your shows. You talk about as La Republique's agent, and you stress how these, his actions are counter-revolutionary. Do you think his failure with his DAC and creation of his so-called military and was counter-revolutionary to the draft?
Yeah, thank you once more for giving me this opportunity. One of the greatest TV show at the moment that is making waves in Africa and other parts of the world. Once more, I term this war draft as a referendum on the leadership of his Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome. After a lot of accusations and finger pointing towards him being the one that has embezzled the so-called my trip to Boya, he came up with this initiative to test if the population backs him, if the population truly believes that he is the person who embezzled that money or mismanaged that money. I want to tell you clearly the results of the war draft, the amount that was raised, came out clearly to stipulate that he was just being accused for nothing. He has the confidence and trust to lead the people of Ambazonia to Boya. That is why even the money that has been raised or the war draft in the war draft is even twice than what was raised during my trip to Boya. Now, when I say Eric Tato is working for La République du Cameroon rather than a revolution, it is simple. Everything he speaks, because when you attack a leader, you attack the leader with his followers. Attacking Sako repeatedly and severally simply means he is attacking Ambazonians who believes in a free Ambazonia. Since he keep on threatening insult, giving all types of narratives, putting aside those people who were held accountable after the audit committee passed their verdict on the my trip to Boya, it means he was there to fight just for La République. By fighting our leader, he was fighting for La République, thereby trying to weaken the revolution. But the people of Ambazonia stood up firmly and drafted more than what they even us getting to Boya. They drafted to support the leadership of Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome, who now has the baton of power and leadership. So that is one of the importance. And another importance of this war draft is the test of the commitment of the Ambazonians in this revolution. It also proved, as my brother rightly said, Comrade Eric said, people drafted more than what they even did before. And after that, the narrative changed at the diplomatic front, whereby His Excellency Tibo Nagy of the United States, the Under Secretary for Africa, came out and made it clearly what the Ambazonians wanted. That is what we have wanted from the word go. That these people want to take control of their lives and manage their affairs. That is simple in a diplomatic language. It means these people want to be by themselves independent and take control of their political leadership and every other thing that is involved in any political formation. And that was another example. And I think I will leave it here for now.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Comrade. I appreciate it. Let me go to Mr. Waters. Comrade Waters, you as a member, in the cabinet, you can talk much about the diplomatic gains of this draft and how it has mobilized, sensitized, and encouraged our people back home and abroad. So, can you talk about what the impact of the war draft in the diplomatic side?
Oh yeah. In fact, it has rekindled hope both on ground zero as well as international scene. Yeah, I want to draw the attention of everyone to understand that the war draft has ushered in a fresh start, whereby it has buried the whole obnoxious conception which was used to derail the struggle and in order to poison the minds of people not to be focused. But today, we are privileged that we reorganized ourselves and came out again to justify our unity and to remind the southern Cameroonians, both the northern and southern zones, as well as the entire world, that southern Cameroon is matured enough to be on its own. This explains why everyone came from the nooks and crannies to raise their voices in an unmistakable chorus. And they cast their ballot in historic number by showing it that their contribution is enough to prove that they are willing to be on their own and to determine their destiny. If you see what is going on now, La République is very uncomfortable, especially as the United Nations General Assembly is fast approaching. They know very well that they have exalted almost every idea that they could because they knew that by this time they would have brought us to order, disappear all the determination, disappeared all the hope of Southern Cameroonians and to destroy our focus in order to show the world that these were just some group of disgruntled people on the street who were struggling to mislead others. But 4 years after, has proven to the world that these people are absolutely determined because they have seen where a cross section of them has been killed innocently. They have seen where they have struggled to deprive them from communication by cutting off what we call internet connection. And this is something that even drew the attention of the world. That how, in this modern world, someone would deprive a section of the country for communication. So all the evil that La Republic was doing was just adding a red feather on our cap to push on with our determination. All the evil they were doing were drawing the attention of the world to actually understand that the regime in place is very primitive and uncivilized, such which that in this modern time they can cut off communication. And I remember that when Donald Trump was addressing the United Nations, he made a statement. He said he is so surprised to see that a country in this modern time, a government is tearing down satellite dishes, depriving the people, intimidating them. If you were a very keen listener and a deep sense of understanding, you will know very well that diplomatic statement that was directed to Southern Cameroon. So at this moment, we have been able to sell our agenda widely, and we have reached out to almost all the institutions that matter. And a clear testimony of this is that the world has come together and choose Switzerland for mediation. America has embraced it. European Union has embraced it. African Union has embraced it. Canada has embraced it. Germany has embraced it. This is to tell you that they have become very, very conscious of what is happening in southern Cameroon.
Okay.
Consequently, it is the
Yeah.
place now of the government now to accept it. But because of this very hope that tomorrow they are going to succeed, it keeps exposing their stupidity each time. Recently, they engaged in what they call autorité d'etat, which therefore means that they want to intimidate people to be frightened. You see, they would disguise themselves as if they are Amba soldiers or the restoration forces and then slaughter a whole human person just to give a bad image that we are very barbaric. But what they fail to understand is that when you talk about international conspiracy. There is a mixed blessing in what we are finding ourselves today, because you also have what they call agents from all international countries, as we say. Germany is there, they have their people on the ground, you cannot know. The United States is there, they have their people on the ground, you cannot know. Even Great Britain, who is the architect of our problem, as we will say, they have their agent on the ground. And all other countries that have their embassy, trust me, they know exactly what is happening. So if La Republic thinks that they can use these deflationary tactics to convince them and to give them misinformation and disinformation, they are just adding more pains to their side and keeping themselves again and exposing themselves of how barbaric and how uncivilized and how wicked and weak they are to manage this crisis. So consequently, at this state of affairs, the UN is coming and they will not be able to put us down. We have not even gone into the plan of action according to the World Health Scheme. They are extremely confused.
All right. Thank you, Comrade Foro. We're going to come to that part of negotiation. For now, we want to try to analyze this war drafting and the impact it has created. And we want to see how we can talk about. So I want to ask Comrade Erico. I watched one of his shows, and he was talking about certain allegation on how some plans are on the way to destroy the goals of the Amba war draft. Can you say more about this, Comrade Erico?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Christian. Yes, my show, I mentioned that there are some crooks who want by all means to destroy the plans of our war draft. We have seen La Republique is using some of our own people to act on our behalf. We call them the internal enablers. They behave. They are with us like Ambazonians, bearing the flag of Ambazonians, but they are working with La Republique. So in that sense, we need to be very careful. And there are some. If you listen one audio from the guy was like directing how to infiltrate our account, the World Draft account, to infiltrate the Google account and to change us so that if you want to contribute your money will go directly into the account. So Ambazonian people need to be very vigilant when it comes to contribution. You contact now we are going to Amba draft, the ABC draft. You have people you need to contact. Contact Secretary and contact KCR, contact me, all the activists you best know. Zale Provis there, Mr. Fricks there. The activists who are under the leadership of the interim government, you can contact them. They will give you a directive on how to contribute. If you see La Republique, they are using a lot of lobbying firms to distract us and to infiltrate our revolution. They are there in the WhatsApp group. They are there, Facebook. They are there. I want to give you a little example. During the war draft of Momo County, when we drafted, we don't know who took the names of people, the list of people who drafted and posted it on the social media. That makes you to understand that we have a lot of infiltrators in our midst. So we need to be very vigilant and to be very careful when it comes to contribution, because they are now, because they want to sabotage this war draft. Just secondly, and if they don't succeed in collecting the money, they will now go and behaving like spies to see where our materials are coming from, to disturb where our materials are coming from. So I want to plead that everybody that is responsible the chairs of all the LGAs and the county head that are responsible for this war draft should be very careful, and the contributors should be very careful. We have a lot of distractors and a lot of enablers to just to destroy the initiative of this war draft.
Thank you, Erico. I appreciate it for that wonderful. So we are going to be analyzing some stuff when it comes to some TVs. I want to ask our member of cabinet, Comrade Walters. I want him to give us a little brief of how things happen with SCBC TV, as well as the creation of ABC TV, and what kind of what happened with the privatization of SCBC TV. Comrade Walters.
There seems to be a lot of controversy between the SCBC TV because when we wrapped up during the fourth conclave, we agreed that SCB TV is going to be the state TV. This will mean that being a state TV means that it is now our property, which means therefore that we have to understand the structure, we have to understand the agreement, and we have to understand everything about SCBC. But it seems as if there were so many things that were kept in the dark, such which that it made it difficult for us to understand actually what the contract was all about. And you know, as you understand that this struggle is God ordained, as you and I will agree, within the course of time, things started unraveling, and there were a lot of questions that were asked. If we agree in the fourth conclave that this is a state TV, and then we have the Secretary of Communication, he is asking to see the contract, and you are not willing to give him the contract to see. Some people claim that they had given him, but he said he has not seen the original contract. This explains how something was very unclear and uncomfortable. It raised a lot of suspicion and triggered the mind of the people that we stand a risk to be operating on a platform that we don't know exactly what is actually the contract of this SCBT. This explains why, after struggle, many attempt to reconcile and to come out with a very clear structure so that it will be for our collective good, it met with resistance. And this gave reasons why a state TV that the people will recognize, the people will understand the contract, the people will understand the transparency, gave birth now to ABC. So this is exactly how it came about. So when ABC now was set forth, it seems as if it raised a lot of anger now with the former. But then, thanks God that he raised a strong man who could stand the test of time in order to back it up. And gradually, the Southern Cameroonians started understanding the reality of things. And today, we can now feel at home. That is why someone like you now can stand as the anchor man and host us. You know, someone can come in any direction and enjoy the platform. It is actually the people's TV, as you can feel it, and as you are very relaxed about the environment at the moment. So this is exactly a brief history how the whole thing came about.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a very nice historical perspective, and I'm very grateful for that response. I want to ask our comrade, please hit your share button before we start and continue the questioning. Please let every Amazonian know we are live and alive for this special show. Ladies and gentlemen, I come today to inform you that this special draft is coming up tomorrow. Don't forget, this draft is for ABC TV, your favorite TV, the people's TV. Please hit your share button as you join. Hit your share button. So, Comrade Clovis, the ABC TV plays an important role in shaping the public awareness and providing information that shapes attitude and public opinion. I want to ask, what kind of role does the ABC TV play as a powerful tool of communication?
Yeah, no one can refuse the fact that media in our modern world today plays a vital and a pivotal role in every activity in our life, day-to-day lives. But as regard to this revolution, I don't think in this modern time, with this modern time, any revolution or any movement can successfully carry on with its agenda without any media house, without any TV like us, like this, like what we're having. ABC has been so pivotal in this struggle. It has been used to sell out our agenda internationally and nationally, to alert the international community and people that are concerned with such grievous activities that are committed, abuse of human rights in several parts of the world. In many parts, some are not even covered, but due to the presence of ABC Ambazonian TV, we have been able, that ABC TV has been able to document every war crimes, every abuse, human rights abuses that have been perpetuated on the people, on the peaceful, loving people of southern Cameroon by the genocidal regime of Yaoundé, of La République du Cameroon. And with this in place, ABC is followed by most of the diplomatic missions and many other countries that are concerned, members of the Security Councils. As we speak like this, don't be surprised that they have agents that are watching to know what we are talking, what is going on, what they have verified on the ground, and what we are talking over through this TV. So it is a tool that has helped to educate the world, to tell the world the sufferings of the people of Ambazonia. And secondly, ABC is a tool that we have used properly to educate our fighters, our restoration fighters, for them to stay away from committing war crimes, because at the end of every war like this, every revolutionary war, there will be a judgment. The people will be held accountable. So we have used this ABC, this media house has used its position to sensitize our fighters to stay away from such crimes, so as to avoid these war crimes, because with time they will be taken to ICC. ABC also serves as a medium through which we pass our urgent announcement and orders, such as calling for protest movement, such as calling for urgent and immediate ghost town, just like what took place in Kumba for the few days behind, that we emerged successfully. This is the tool that we use to get through everyone on ground zero, on ground one, and every part of the world. So we can't deny the tremendous job of this media and communication in a revolutionary war like us.
Thank you. Thank you, comrade. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining, please hit your share button and share. Hello? Yes, thank you, Clovis. Thank you. Thank you, Clovis. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining, please hit your share button. The ABC draft is coming up tomorrow. It's time for you to make the communication department to shine and thrive. The movers and shakers of our revolution. Your ABC TV is drafting come tomorrow, Sunday, the 30th of August, 2020. So don't forget, tomorrow, the 30th of August, 2020, will be live on ABC TV. So we have all, the time to prepare tomorrow. If you can't draft today, if you can't send your money today, if you can't call, please know that tomorrow is a D-Day. And we have all seen how Ambazonians have stood up in full support for their president, Dr. Samuel Ekome Sako, to reaffirm their commitment to our liberation cause. So we are proudly drafting our various counties. And don't forget, ABC TV is the 14th county. We have all drafted for 13 counties. ABC TV is the 14th county. So don't forget. So now is the time to draft for the ABC, the voice of the people and the pride of our nation. So don't forget. So my next question goes to Comrade Erico. Comrade Erico, I want you to give the people the importance and the role that social media has played in our struggle. I know you are very active in the Facebook, and you can tell a little bit all the benefits that you have given to the struggle in terms of social media. Comrade Erico.
Yeah, thank you so much, Comrade Fix. Yes, as regard the social media communication, social media has played a lot of important role as far as this revolution is concerned, and as far back when the struggle just started. When the struggle just started in 2016, some of us were still on in ground zero, and we saw the role the social media play, especially the Facebook. Yeah, the Facebook play a lot of role. Okay, the first ghost town was being announced. We saw it and we listened to WhatsApp messages and Facebook. When they announced the ghost town, we were still I was still in ground zero. We were following all our information on Facebook and WhatsApp and messages. At first, when the struggle started, they were sending messages on using the phones. Just you will see messages in your phone. Ghost town on Monday, ghost town on Monday, and everybody will respect the ghost town. Before Secretary Chris Anu will come to announce the ghost town, we already saw it, the messages in our phones. And then tell me, if you see where the social media has, they have been blocking some of the activists and even our ABC TV. It is because of the role the social media plays as far as this struggle is concerned, because La Republique is now using the lobby firm to distract or to lobby this Facebook people to delete ABC TV and the other activists in social, so that our people on ground zero will get the information. Every aspect, everything that happened in this revolution. At times people say our revolution is a Facebook revolution because most of our people gather information on social media. We give the information using social media because we are not on ground zero. We are not on ground zero. We communicate through social media using WhatsApp message, YouTube, Facebook, and normal messages on phone. So social media has played a lot of role as far as the struggle is concerned.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Erico. You are a very serious activist, and everybody knows you. So, thank you for that important question. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining, please hit the share button. Hit the share button. You can make your, one-time donation or pledges, but the ABC TV pledges are to be redeemed by September 30th, because we want to ask all our donors and pledgers to redeem their pledges for ABC TV by the end of September. So because we have a lot of projects to carry out in ABC TV, so we don't want the pledges to be taking too long. So if you have pledges and donations, you can do it before the end of September, please. And if you are coming tomorrow, please, we are very much welcome to come tomorrow or today to give your pledge live. We are here waiting for your calls. You can make calls. You can give your donations today. My next question goes to Comrade Walters. Let's go to the legal side of things now, about the media, Comrade Walters. More and more Amazonian journalists are being killed. They are being arrested. They have been, just because they support the struggle. I want to ask, what's your opinion about this? Should we keep allowing our journalists to be killed, to be assassinated?
Oh, of course,
Comrade
no.
Waters.
Of course, no. But one thing that we should put in mind is that it is not our wish that any journalist should be assassinated or killed. It is our wish that we should pursue our struggle in a peaceful manner, which is exactly what we are doing. But because we confront a kind of ferocious and cantankerous regime that does not even respect the rule of law, we unfortunately find ourselves in this kind of situation. One of the ways that the government is fighting this war is like doing everything to eliminate all the best brain within the realm of Ambazonia family. That explains why you see all our good journalists, if they don't succeed to escape from that dungeon they call country, their life is precarious because it is not a regime that you can trust. It's not a regime that you can feel that you will do the best that you can and then they will accept you as someone who is concerned within your limit of your job. No, it's a kind of regime that it operates like the devilish kingdom that is so confused, that is so scattered, that is not order. And it's a regime that operates in these three category of approach: either to steal, either to destroy. Oh, another one we say, so if
To
you just
kill.
think about the three things that constitute the devilish kingdom, that is exactly kind of regime that you will find. It's a regime that fears journalists, that tries to expose them. It's a regime that is uncomfortable to actually read something that is happening within and without. So consequently, we just find ourselves in a situation where it gives us more reason why we should fight and liberate ourselves in order to be peaceful for our own land, where we understand that communication, there is freedom of expression and there is freedom of writing. If not, we will just live on that same kind of system that has no structure, no direction, and just so confused in everything that they do. Some of us who happen to study, like in the University of Yaoundé, we live within the Beti people and we understand exactly the kind of mentality that they have. People who don't believe in the future, people who just believe to eat everything at the same time and without any future. What kind of a society is that? How can you even progress in that kind of a society? So it's a very bad one. All our advice is that all Anglophone, whether you are directly or indirectly about the issue of Southern Cameroon, all of us will face the same consequences. That is why you see, there is nothing to say I am not there. Most of the people that they even kill sometimes, they have never said anything about the Anglophone cause, but just because they are Anglophone, they look us as the same people. So we all must come together. This struggle should be a point of unity that both the journalists as well as all the people who are determined to see that our statehood is restored should give a second thought if you were on the fence and know very well that this is not a struggle you can escape.
Thank you very much, Comrade Waters. Uh, I want to, thank all our televiewers. Please share, share, share. Hit the share button and share. I want to ask this question to Comrade Clovis about objectivity. You as a journalist, you know what objectivity means, and without any objectivity in your news, it's not reliable, it's not sourceful. I want you to take a look at this journalist called Ngomba Theodore who just go out and say things and just does things without even verification. Can you compare that kind of journalism with objectivity journalism that happens in ABC TV?
Yeah, that is a very good question. That so-called Ngomba man of a journalist, I don't think he can freely do his job in that failed state called La Republic. I think personally that every journalist who comes out from that school, the school that trains journalists, is objective, but as a means of clamping down on them, the government is controlling the media. There is controlled press. There is no press freedom in La République du Cameroon. Be an objective journalist or a negative journalist, you are bound to dance within the beating of the drums of the government for fear of your life. If you don't work as they want, then you're going to find yourself in trouble. So most of the time, I don't blame most of those journalists. I only blame a journalist who comes from Cameroon and who finds refuge out, just like Mimi Mifo is somewhere there in Germany, if I'm not mistaken, and is still giving biased reporting. I will not talk of Ngomba. I will instead talk of Mimi Mefo, who has gone to those dungeons and come out. She is not within their reach, but still trying to report biasly. That is the type of journalist I can outrightly criticize for not being objective, because she has the freedom to give proper news, to write unbiasedly, but instead she does the opposite. For any other journalist who resides in Cameroon, I am not so concerned with them, because I know that most of them are doing that because they earn their bread within that on that job that they do. And most of the time, you once, I think it was in 2000, and was that 2008, something like that, when there were huge strikes. Equinox reported those strikes properly and showed them to the world. What did the government do? The government started opening fake documents. One, you did not pay your tax, and this year. This just because they reported properly, and she had to close down Equinox. Is only after international pressure that the Equinox was open. So you see, with the government trying to clamp on press freedom, it can't move. So most of them are on government payrolls, just as same as those news outlets like Guardian Post, many newspaper houses that the government have paid to be dishing out on biased news as concerning our struggle to paint us as terrorists. That is exactly what some of those journalists as well are doing.
Yeah, thank you very much for that objectivity. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to give our voice for your support for ABC TV. Tomorrow is the D-Day for ABC TV draft. Don't forget, ABC TV is the 13th county, the 14th county, after all the 13 county has done all their various drafts. So tomorrow is the day for your 14th county, ABC TV. Don't forget, there are many ways to pay. You can pay through Cash App, you can pay through Zelle, you can donate. Go online, ABC TV, abcambertv.org. Don't forget, ABC TV, abcambertv.org. abcambertv.org is where you can go online and you click on donate, then you can give your donation. Don't forget, abcambertv.org. You can go online and give your donation, or you can do bank transfer, or you can pay. You can call any of the activists, or you can call Chris Arno, you can call Sister Comfort or Sister Casey. All of them will welcome your calls, and you can pay your donation. But don't forget, tomorrow is a D-Day for the draft. So you come tomorrow live and join. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be continuing our program while we wait for anybody who wants to make a call. You call and give your donation live, and we'll be very grateful for that. I want to ask Comrade Eric this question that concerns these Kumba market women. I know you are an activist and you are very versed with what is happening. You know, you saw what happened. You know, in the video where those women in Kumba market, they went to the Kumba market, they protested, they went right to the chief's palace and told the chief that they cannot go against Ghost Town. And you saw the reaction of those colonial officers. So Eric, what do you have to say about these courageous women who took, you know, that bravery and courage and went right straight to the colonial officers and the colonial mayor and the chief's palace and told them that they cannot open their shops if it's on Monday, is a special day for Country Sunday. Erico.
Yeah, thank you so much, Comrade Fix. Thank you for the bringing up that brilliant question. Before I continue with that question, let me just give this to the population. Tomorrow I will be live 2 p.m. Amba time, a special live show for the Amba, the ABC draft. So I want to use the opportunity to tell all my fans, to invite all my fans to come and draft for the Amba TV. Because yesterday I received many calls, especially on Ground Zero, on how to draft. So I contacted KCR on how to the people on Ground Zero to draft on the ABC TV, and some contacts and they said they have paid through the link they send. So I want to use the opportunity to invite all my fans to come and draft yourself on the ABC TV. If you like what Chris Anu is doing, if you like what all the activists are doing for this struggle, some of you click like and share during our live show. It's time now to come and support us, because we are the activists. We are the people holding the ABC TV. The ABC TV belongs to us and to you people. So come tomorrow and draft and pay, so that you'll be seeing our images. We sending the message worldwide. So let me go to the question you asked, Comrade Fricks, as far as the women in Kumba are concerned. Yeah, we saw their videos, and the videos, they speak for themselves. If you saw the videos, I was very happy when I saw what the women did in front of the chief, so-called chief. I don't know, warrant chief, or I don't know, but so-called chief in quote, because any chief that is against the will of the people is no longer a chief. Because as a chief, you take order from your people. You are there because your people are there. You are not there because you have a connection with Yaoundé. You receive salaries, and then you go against the will of the people. No, you no longer belong a chief. Okay, so what the women did when the chiefs announced that on Monday, the chief said, "I will go and open your shop." On one note, that on Monday, you people will open your shop. And the women responded that no, and they were shouting no. That no signifies that the chief don't have any legitimate right, and the Dios and the colonial administrators, they don't have any legitimate right to control them. Because if you see the way they were shouting the no, they didn't shout with a lot of respect. They said no, which means they were just coming to the chief to tell the chief what they are planning to do, not even to take order from the chief. Because when the chief said he will open the shop on the note that on Mondays Ghost Town will not be respected, and they said no. He said this, they said no. It means they are simply telling the chief that you don't longer have the legitimate right to control them. Those the mayors and all the colonial administrators, they don't have any legitimate right as far as the Kumba LGA is concerned, because they are the mothers of the Kumba LGAs. So they send a clear message
to the chief and the colonial administrators that they don't have any legitimate rights over that territory. Kumba now is being governed by Ambazonians, because when we say ghost town, they respected the ghost town fully. But when the chief said open on ghost town, they said no, which means Ambazonian people have the legitimate right over their territory. They control them. They receive orders from us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Erico. We will not talk much about that. I want us to move towards the chiefs and the upcoming, maybe their fake election that they are doing every time. I want Comrade Walters, who is a chief. I know he knows more about tradition. He's a Tumfoy. He's a communication man. So, Mr. Walters, can you tell us these chiefs, the role of these chiefs that are being forced to come back to their people that they abandoned? What role can you say they want to come and play, if not of just come and rig elections?
The thing is that the trust that was meted upon the traditional rulers to as custodian of their land seem to have been strongly destroyed. The people have not been able to, the funds have not been able to prove that their heritage has still kept and the tradition respected as it was supposed to be. You know, the idea of governance, which comes from what we call communalism, where it was like a social contract where we respected our traditional rulers and the traditional rulers respected their subjects. But unfortunately, within the course of this struggle, there was a house of chief, and it was even a good time for all the traditional rulers to see that they have been relegated. They have not given their statutes as traditional rulers to come together as one in order to remind the government that before the coming of a government, there had already exist what they call the local government, which was actually the reality of life because they were down to the roots, which they had a direct contact with the traditional rulers based from their culture and tradition, which is the connotation of all human beings on earth, especially given our situation both in the northern and southern zones. But during this period of time, we realized that instead of the traditional rulers to direct us, instead of the traditional rulers to stand by us, to defend their territory in such a way that they know very well that that is their own home and they rely on their people from their support, they abandon their different homes and go and sit in a place where they call Yaoundé. In this case, you have already told the people that you are no longer with them. So it has ushered a new atmosphere where the people now look upon themselves as being that they could manage their affairs now based on the new concept that has come up. And that is the flow of command within the run of the interim government now, acting as a funds. So to come back again, you are coming now with a kind of suspicion. Firstly,
Yes.
they no longer see you as one of them
Yes.
because they can look upon you
hold
now
on.
as
Yeah, you are
someone
calling
very
my name.
different. So
Yeah, ABC.
consequently, I want to
Just
say
hold on.
that at this moment, the funds, the
Okay.
traditional rulers that are coming in their respective
Just hold. Let
villages
him finish his comment, then I'm gonna
is
give him
going
the
to
floor.
conflict now with what they call
Sorry?
the
Yeah.
restoration
Hello?
struggle, which the
Yeah.
people of
You can
Ambassador
draft or you can make a comment also.
well to see that their statehood has to be restored.
Okay.
Election is not
Okay
anything
then. All
new
right.
to us.
Okay, then
Of
just hold
course,
on.
we all know very well that since they started this issue of election, it has never given us any progress. It has never given us any development. It has never given us anything that will bring some benefit that will suit human habitation. Rather, what
Th-
we call
Thank you.
election is a kind of what they call an image which does not really lead to anything. So that people understand that one of the reasons that even made us to seek for our statehood is because of this shadow election. Since from the presidential election, an Anglophone won, they refused to give them, and municipal election, we grabbed it, they brought their thing, their delegate and imposed. All election has been completely a mess.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you very much for that brief outline. I want to tell our audience that we have a caller calling from Boyo. We all, for the past few days, we have heard how Boyo has been going under through some attack. So please, let's listen to one caller. Hello, are you on the line? Yes. So where are you calling from, sir? Okay. Oh, you are calling from Bamenda. Yes. So what's going on in Boyo now, please?
Can you hear him?
All right, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, sir. Thank you. All right, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, sir. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard, Boyo has been going through some attack, and we know that there are a lot of things that we cannot say here that the restoration, the National Security Council is doing behind the scene, and those are sensitive things that we cannot say here now. But we know that they are listening to us and they are listening to the callers. So please just keep calling if you have things that any update or any attack in any area, you can call us and let's see. So, Comrade Eriko, let me ask you. I know you are very versed with Boyo. You can tell us a little bit of what you know about this attack.
Yes, Comrade Fix, as far as Boyo incident is we need to keep it classified as for now because our boys, they are doing a great job there as we are speaking, but we don't need to put it out now. With a couple of days, we come out and we tell people what is going on now in Boyo. Because by explaining, maybe yes, we expose some of vital issues.
Okay, so let's continue with what we're talking. We're talking about the chiefs and the election. I want to turn to Clovis, because Clovis too is a is a chief, and he's very traditional. I know he knows a lot about tradition, but I want him to compare the role of these chiefs now. What do you think, Clovis, that the chiefs and the Fons, the the sultans and the lamidos, that were considered to be, indisputable custodians of tradition and culture. Do you think that's what is going on now with these chiefs, that they are being sent away from La Republic to go back to Ambazonia?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Myself, I hail from the palace of the paramount chief of Bangem, His Royal Highness Chief Nanen Noko Emmanuel, at the Bangem Market Square. So I'm at least versed with some traditional stuff. Now, first and foremost, there is an error in the formation or handling or treatment of chieftaincies or chiefs in Cameroon. The La Republique has brought that colonial mentality whereby chiefs were being whipped, given 24 strokes if they don't respect orders from the French colonial authorities. During the colonial days, a chief will be beaten and dethroned. That is exactly the mentality that they are struggling to transfer on our territory, whereby our chiefs are one of those chiefs that are being respected traditionally and in any other aspect. We respect our chiefs because we have the indirect rule policy that we inherited from our colonial masters. A chief is respected. He gives orders. There is an error because the salaries or the stripes that they call stripes that they call salary of the chiefs are being paid by the government. And how do we expect a chief to be neutral to carry out his traditional authority or works properly without being afraid that his salary will be slashed or will be blocked? That is a farce. That is why we want that when we get back our territory completely, we will have a parliament that we will have a chief. We have something that we call that existed before. We have the House of Chiefs, whereby the budget will be allocated from the parliament and given to them. That is their salary. They won't be playing political. They won't involve themselves in politics because they are not being paid by the government that they will be taking sides. They will play what we call traditional politics. They will manage their kingdoms and chiefdoms properly without fear of retaliation from the government, from the authority that be. Now, our chiefs, we made an error along the line when most of them when they fled from the war. We would have educated them properly. Maybe people don't know their rights. We have embassies in Yaoundé. If a chief sets his leg, or any southern Cameroonian who is in La Republique is as a refugee, when you feel threatened, you march before the US embassy and demand for protection there. That is a foreign country. A chief can do that. Our people can do that, and nothing will happen with them. When the American diplomats are scared of letting you to go to America, then they will have to fix the problem that we want. That is a simple way to do, rather than going there and being beggars, and then now you are being forced, you are repatriated. That is breaking international laws. They always violate international laws. That is how La Republique is a failed state and is a lawless state. She has no respect for any traditional authority. Now those chiefs have been educated to come back and conduct fraudulent elections. I've even heard that they will give the military. But it wouldn't help the situation because militaries were put during the election that didn't take place in our territory. The world knows that properly. Anyone occupying a political position there is there unauthorized because there were no elections there. So how come they think that chiefs are going to conduct elections even with the backing of militaries? It is a failed agenda from the beginning. It's completely false. Now our chiefs, any chief who wants to stand with his or her people, know that you were empowered or enthroned by your people. If you die, if you die, then you die for your people. Face the odd and take the orders and work for your people rather than working for the colonial regime of Yaoundé. If you are held captive, just as some of our comrades are held there in those dungeons of La Republique, then you are paying a dear price for your people because you are an appointed person to lead your community. That is my advice I think I can give.
Okay. Thank you very much for that real perspective there. Comrade Eriko, I want you to tell us a little bit about your own opinion about these chiefs. That they abandoned their people and they ran to Yaoundé, and they are being forced now to return because of election. And asking them this question: why did they abandon their people and ran to Yaoundé? Now they are forcing them to come back home to their own, and some of their palaces have been destroyed. Some villages are empty. So, what are they coming to do after abandoning their people, Eriko?
Thank you, Comrade Fritz. Yes, my own opinion as far as the chiefs are returning back to Ambazonia, to our land. My opinion stands. Any chief who fled Ambazonia and went to La Republique and now is coming back with the military, you automatically lose your legitimacy. You no longer belong a chief in that community. And Mr. Fix, I want to tell you this. Some of these chiefs, they were appointed chiefs. Some of these chiefs use money, use their political ambitions to stand where they are. So they are now coming, and some of the chiefs, they were acting like spies, giving information to the DOs and to this. And now the time has come. Any chief who fled to La Republique, you go there and stay with La Republique, leave Ambazonia alone. You are not longer a chief anymore. And Ambazonia will not condone to that. Yes, you are no longer as a chief. You stand with your people, you die with your people. Yeah. Okay. Now you are coming to rule who? You are coming to rule who? So that's my stand. Immediately you leave your people, you are no longer a chief anymore. That's my stand.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want us to touch a little bit about this topic that just passed last week. We hear that some refugee tents are being built in Eyomojok and some areas. We want to ask ourselves, is that the reconstruction and resettlement plan that the La Republic government was saying, to come and build some tents and some patch houses and thatch houses, mat houses, and call them that is resettlement and reconstruction? My people, is this low we have become? So, Comrade Fondo, I want you to talk a little bit about this, because you knew what the La Republic was preaching about our IDPs and refugees, that they want to come and rehabilitate them. They want to resettle them. I don't know what you think about this.
You see, what the Republic is doing is what we would describe as language games. Um, La Republic has come to understand that perhaps by giving the impression that they want to go for post reconstruction, they would deceive the international community that everything is normal. They will be able to influence the attitude of the people on ground zero, who, after giving them a lot of torture, the people will just welcome them with a red carpet reception and say, yes, please, we are fed up. Go ahead and do the reconstruction. But what they fail to understand is that the will of the Southern Cameroonians have been toughened, and liberation is not like saying Now we have now given you your independence. Once you conscientize the mind of the people, once the people have become informed of the reality, that's the number one and essential state of liberation. That's why you see, even the grandmother who have never seen the four walls of the school now understand her identity. And there is no way you can take it again from her. The grandfather and any other person in Amazonia has been let loose and have been educated as to the reality of their statehood. So now they are now focused and their sense of belonging is deep. Now, coming with this game, now that you are coming to do reconstruction, you felt that when the people have escaped into other neighboring countries, including Ghana, Nigeria, to name just this, and they have understood and adapted to a new way of life. How do you think that you will just come one day and tell them that, come and let's go, and they will believe you? The very you who made them to escape is the very you coming again to come and bring them back. They look upon you as struggling to throw them now into the Red Sea. That's the kind of feeling they have at this moment. Because when they escaped, those that were left behind, they were not having any peace. Why don't you prove to us that those behind, you have been able to take care of them before bringing us now? Even those that you deceived to escape from the restoration as soldiers to Yaoundé, you just using some few games, using one or two of them to deceive the others as if things are happening well. Things are not happening well. The people are regretting why they ever left and took refuge to Yaoundé in order to abandon their struggle. So I want to make it very clear here that even during World War One and Two, there is no way that you can come into post reconstruction when the war is not ended. The war has to end. They have to go for what they call peaceful agreement. Both the both sides are settled and everybody is now comfortable. Then you can have what they call peaceful reconstruction. If simple business like the CDC that used to flow with banana from one place to another, they can no longer function as before. How will you come that you are doing construction that needs you to bring equipment, that needs you to carry out projects to even start with? That government is suffering from economic kwachiako. They don't have the resources. What they're struggling to do is to deceive the international community to quack out some little money again to try to catch up with their huge problem, which they are unable. They have not been able to pay some civil servants for years. They will go and do reconstruction. That is not a government to take serious. The thing is that the more they do all these things, the more we become even more informed, the more they develop, will develop more hatred for them, but they don't realize. So the God ordained struggle. These are the manifestations that are going on, hidden from human eyes, but the reality on the ground.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful one because, La Republique, they just go against all international laws and they don't care. And how can they take people who are, running away from torture and all kinds of abuse, and they want to go and bring them back home in mud houses, and they themselves went and burned their houses? It's so funny. So, Mr. Clovis, I want to have your opinion here. Do you think that this fake reconstruction that they are trying to do will favor anybody or just favor their ego or their own method of doing things?
In the first place, La Republique is trying to buy some time because she knows that the United Nations, the Security Council meeting will be coming up in September. Then secondly, La Republique is in total disrespect of the international law or of the Geneva Convention on Refugees and Asylum Seekers. La République du Cameroon has a right to construct tents in her own country for refugees that are coming maybe from Chad, so on and so on, Central African Republic, because those refugees will be registered under the United Nations Office of Refugees in Yaoundé, and she will have money. She needs to accommodate these people. She can take that money to build tents in that place. La République has no right to cross over to another territory where she has caused genocide and struggling to construct. That is the work of the UNDP, United Nations Development Program for Refugees. It's not her own right. She cannot come and construct. It's the United Nations that can do that. After, like my brother rightly said, after a lot of peaceful negotiations and many other things met, then United Nations in complicity with our own authorities can agree to do such things. But for now, La République has no right. Secondly, they tried to construct just few roads. They didn't succeed. Our boys took over those caterpillars and burned them off. How would they successfully, even if they were to build one, if they build a tent today, the next day it is on fire. You can't burn down 500 villages. It constitutes a war crime that they will be punished for. And they are trying to flee away from such things. It can never work. They want to just portray to the international community that they are doing things are becoming normal and normal. It is getting worse by the day in, day out. The thing is changing until we will get to Boya, and then we will need to be on a negotiating table whereby La République Cameroon will have to settle for reparations that she has to pay for the pains that she has inflicted on the peaceful, loving people of Southern Cameroon that have been seeking justice and that are fighting a just cause. They can't come on the table because they have no case. Immediately we get in Swiss, the case is over. They have no document. They have no case. And that is why they are laundry. They don't want to come on the table because they have nothing. And we will keep on the resistance and fight until we free ourselves. So we don't ask them for tents. We prefer to stay under the rain in the forest or in Nigeria and many other places until this war is fought and we are in Boya and we will reconstruct our place properly.
Thank you very much for that analysis. Eriko, I want you to just give us a little bit of your own take about this and how you think of this reconstruction and resettlement of our people. Do you think La République is actually genuine in their quest to take our refugees from Nigeria to Cameroon?
Yes, Comrade Freaks. We in the past weeks we saw a strong signal from our refugees in Nigeria. They gave they call it the governor of Okala Bilai. Yes. So we saw this a strong signal from our refugees in Nigeria. That make you to understand how determined the Ambazonian people are. Irrespective of our suffering, we are determined to reach Boya. Those reconstruction stuff. Let me tell you something, Mr. Fix. The first village that was being burned when this struggle started was Kembong village in Manfe. Second was Kwakwa. We are going to acquire or what to go and construct 10. What happened to Kembong? What happened to Kwakwa? What happened to Lebi Alem, where we saw military burning houses documented? These people are moving on broken bottles. La République is a failed state. As from now, it's a failed state. They don't know what to do. They are panicking. They are confused. We saw their protest 2 weeks ago in Yaoundé, begging for America to come and mediate. Because if you saw the protest, to arrest the leaders of Ambazonian, they are the ones fueling the struggle, which means La République cannot solve the issue at hand. La République cannot quench the fire, so they are indirectly begging America to come in to mediate. So we just need
is keep on a steady resistance. We keep on steady resistance, more resistance. La République, we are going closer to the table. We are pushing La République closer to the table. So my stand on that reconstruction stuff, they are not wasting their time.
Okay. Thank you, Erico. I like the last, say closer to the table. And that's the question I want to ask our Comrade Walters to contrast between the Swiss talk and one other guys going around. They say there's a coalition for dialogue and whatever. I don't understand what they're trying to do, whatever that means. I don't know, because we know only of a Swiss talk and the ACT team Ambazonia. So I want Comrade Waters to try to tell Ambazonians why is it that the Swiss talk is the only talk recognized by Europe, EU, America, Canada, and the international community. But there are some people who go behind and say they are a coalition for dialogue. I want them to understand between dialogue and negotiation are two different things. Dialogue is between countries. They can talk in between themselves when there's a civil war. We are not fighting a civil war. We are fighting an international war between two countries. So we need a negotiated peace settlement. So there's one group called Coalition for Dialogue and what? Comrade Waters.
The thing here is that you see this issue of the Swiss talk. Actually, you'll be surprised to see that it was actually initiated by La République. Let me give you a very deep secret here that many people must have not known. One of the goals La Republic brought up this topic was because he knew very well that Ambazonians would not be willing to go for any discussion with them in Switzerland. And then they would take the advantage now to make the international community that see, these are people that we have agreed that we should come to a nuclear ground, and they have refused, thereby making us to look upon as they blackmailed the UPC in those days as martyrs. So everybody will be convinced that truly the restoration forces are not willing to negotiate. But unfortunately, when we agreed that we were going on the table, and they realized that sitting on the table now with the restoration people of the good people of Southern Cameroon, it will be very difficult for them now to win that debate because they don't have any facts on the table. But we have everything to justify our claim. So consequently now, they started sponsoring enablers within us. That explains why when we build up a team that we all should come together and go there was an enabler there that said he will not sit on that table. And they start bringing different kind of reason which are unjustifiable and that they're not tangible in order to give another impression. These are all La Republic sponsor people. So any person that tells you within us that he doesn't want to sit on that table, know very well that it is a second attempt now of our republic to disrupt that gathering. But unfortunately, we have been very consistent and we have been very focused. And all the international institutions, including the countries who are focusing on to see that there is a peaceful negotiation with regards to the Swiss talk, are very, very alert. They brought what they call again misinformation and disinformation in the media. They sent off their irrational activists to continue to sing jargons out there and to poison the mind of people by making them to understand that Paul Biya has a home in Switzerland. Paul Biya is a good friend of Switzerland. And so what? Even if you are my good friend, does that deny that I will not be able to bring it? If you are my good friend, then I'm willing now to bring you people on the table now so that you negotiate and have peace. Why are you not willing to go there? If they said it's Paul Biya's friend, why is the government now not willing to go? So you see that all these their cards that they have been playing to distort the mind of people is not working. We are very focused about the issue of Swiss talk, and that is the only legitimate platform that I will advise all Southern Cameroonians to stay focused about it. Those who are struggling to do it are people who would have loved to be ahead of that talk, but unfortunately, they don't have that place because the international community knows the truth. They know who actually commands the people of Southern Cameroon, and this was demonstrated during the call of Ghost Town, when the interim government, under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sakoy voiced out Ghost Town. Both the northern and southern zone, 95% respect the ghost town. So they know exactly who has that command. And so the person, and that's what they call them, the principal negotiator. In order, after the principal negotiation, you have another ones which we call sub-negotiators, which means that he now brings the other frontline leaders and other institutions within Cameroon and within Southern Cameroon so that they form a team. But you and me know very well that there is others enablers there who have all the reason to disrupt that talk. But now you can fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So at the moment, we stand firm and we will reach Swiss for discussion.
Good. Thank you, comrade, for that elaborate explanation. I just want Ambazonians to know that there are only two people in this struggle: those who are for La Republique and those who are for Ambazonian. And if you are for Ambazonian, it means that you are for independence. If you are for La Republique, it means that you are for whatever the one in there, whether unionists or federalists, whatever they want to call their names, or black leg, whatever they would like. So on that negotiation day, there will be only two people: those people who are Ambazonians on one side and La Republique on the other side. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be rounding up, and don't forget, I want to give the last word to all our panelists, and we'll be rounding up because tomorrow is a very busy day for everybody. We'll be very busy with the draft. So please don't forget, tomorrow is a very special day. Draft for ABC TV. So, comrade Eric, I think you have the last word.
Thank you, Comrade Fritz. I want to use the opportunity to thank all the ambassadors, home and abroad. Tomorrow is a deal day, and we'll be coming live for tomorrow at 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Amba time. I want to use opportunity to beg all my viewers tomorrow, come join me, support the ABC TV World Draft. This money is not going to individual pockets. This money is going to sponsor your TV station worldwide. So thank you so much for watching.
Okay. Thank you. We have a caller. Before we run up, let's listen to the caller. Hello. Yeah, you're calling from where, please? Congo Brazzaville. Wow. You see, that's why we said yes. Go on. Yes. Yes, go on, please. I'm listening. Yes, the chiefs, right? Yes. Hello? Oh, the line just. Oh, that caller just dropped. Yes. So Clovis, last word.
Yeah, thank you, my senior man back there in GBHS Bangen. You think I don't still know you? I know you so well. Now, I want to use my voice just like I did during the war draft for Kupe Mwaninguba. People thought Kupe Mwaninguba will not draft. When I made a live show, people start calling me from United States, Canada. They fund and they pour out thousands of euros. I want that very spirit that they used to draft for Kupe Mwanunguba, for them to support ABC. Support ABC through me tomorrow. There is nothing small. Whatever you have, Kupe Mwanunguba, make sure that as a county, you draft, because I think that all the 13 counties should be putting their packages together to draft for a national TV station. And lastly, every viewer, every follower, every fan of mine who loves the work
Mr. Clovis.
that I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah, what they call up? Sorry, Mr. Clovis. Yes. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting you, please. Yes. All right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Exactly. Right. Okay. Negotiation. Right. Okay. Yes. In their court. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. The caller is calling from. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So you see, people are calling. This is ABC TV. I want the last panelists to say the last word before I leave them. I know they are very busy activists. So, for Comrade Fondo, I think you have the last word also before I let you guys go.
I think Comrade Clovis was saying something before that call came. So I just want to acknowledge the presence of Comrade Erico and Comrade Clovis, and also to wish more inspiration to our host, Comrade Fritz, but then also to draw the entire attention of the sons and daughters of Southern Cameroonians that tomorrow is a very important day. At 7 p.m. Amba time prompt, we all shall come together again on a big general assembly for the drafting of the Ambazonian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC TV. So we are really pleading on each and everyone to come out massively. And this message to go to all the goodwill ambassadors wherever you are to help to disseminate the information. The link for the meeting of tomorrow will be disseminated in all our channels. Especially if you go to ABC page, you will find the link. So that at 7 p.m. Amber time prompt, we all shall be coming together, including the members of cabinet and even the supreme commander of the Southern Cameroonians, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome, will be present. So this day is very important for everyone. So no one should miss it. Amba TV is the people's TV. So it is now the people to have a big say for what they will use as a communication tool. Anchorman, I'm so grateful to be in your program, and I feel that we will be very delighted at any time you invite us. We will not hesitate. Thank you very much, and I thank all the other panelists.
Thank you, guys. Uh, uh, Clovis, you have something last word because I cut you short. I remember. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I just wish to call on the people, on my people of Kupe Maninguba, to always come. Though they don't want to show their face, most of them, we need their money. Let them draft for ABC just the way they did when I encouraged them to draft for Kupe Maninguba County. They did marvelous donation through my activism. They pour out thousands of dollars, and I wish to see that repeat itself tomorrow. Then I also call on the 13 counties to put their packages together, no matter how tiny it can be, and also support this national TV station. I myself will be there as well to also draft. A widow's mite is always very, very important. I thank you once more, and good night.
Thank you, Clovis. I appreciate you for coming. Erico, any final word for the people?
Yeah, in that same light, I want to use this opportunity to also invite my people of Kumba LGA, people, the Momo County in particular. You know the Moamu people. I hope you people are watching me. You are listening you are listening now. I want to invite all the Moamu people. You perform very well during the draft, and you are the leading LGA. During the draft. So I invite all the Moamu people in Maryland, Texas to come tomorrow and support the ABC TV and support the Ambazonian people so that our TV live and so that our information should go on ground zero and the world at large. Thanks, Mr. Pricks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, all panelists, for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our program. Don't forget to draft for your favorite show. Tomorrow, you have the ABC draft. Secretary Chris' basket will be there. Lady Casey's basket will be there. Sister Comfort's basket will be there. You remember with County Roots, you have Pastor Victor with Hour of Freedom or your favorite activists. So tomorrow, you have media and a struggle with Comrade Paul Nilong. You have Amba Focus with Erico. You have Amba Voice with Nanchop. Vision for the Nation with Pastor Denny. And of course, you have this program, The Analyst, with me, Fritz Misodi. And we have a lot of hosts, other hosts like Ghana Morph. You have different hosts for ABC TV. So tomorrow, please inform well-wishers and lovers of Ambazonian freedom to support ABC TV tomorrow. We are being watched all over Africa, except 4 countries like Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria in North Africa that we are not being watched. But we are being watched everywhere in Africa, from Ghana, Gabon, South Africa, Kenya, Liberia, and across the African continent. We are also planning to finalize the mobile app. The mobile app through will have you have your app on your phone. You can watch all the programs. So by the end of next month, September, we will have the ABC app that will be going operational. So this will allow you to watch ABC 24/7 anywhere, anytime in the world. I want you to know that as La Republique is on the steady decline and decomposition, if you do not take care now and jump out of that ship before time, then you'll be very late for you. So join this train, and let's work together. Use your eyes today to see the handwriting on the wall. Else tomorrow we'll use them to cry the everlasting cry. So it's teaching time, 6-9. Join the Ambazonian struggle, join the quest for freedom. Thank you very much, and see you all next week, Saturday. Thank you very much.